Moments before he left the country for Israel, President Uhuru Kenyatta added yet another twist to the drama revolving around the Judicial Service Commission's recommendation for the establishment of a tribunal to probe bribery allegations against Supreme Court Judge Philip Tunoi. The president, through State House Chief of Staff and Head of the Public Service Joseph Kinyua, declined to establish the Tunoi probe team, citing a case at the Court of Appeal that the Supreme Court judge filed together with his colleague in the lower court, David Onyancha, contesting their retirement from the judiciary at the age of 70 years. Kenyatta argued that the Court of Appeal could either uphold the High Court's decision and force Tunoi and Onyancha to exit the bench or rule in their favor. These, according to the head of state, presented a dilemma and a likely constitutional crisis if he established a tribunal to probe Tunoi, as recommended by the Judicial Service Commission. He is proposing to form the tribunal once the Court of Appeal rules in Tunoi's favor. But the Law Society of Kenya has taken issue with the president's interpretation of the Constitution.
He is a judge. He continues being a judge on account of the fact that the decision from the High Court was stayed by the Court of Appeal. The status quo remains that he's a judge.
The constitutional crisis that they are talking about avoiding will lead to a new constitutional crisis of the president failing to comply with very clear provisions of Article 168 of the Constitution.
The president had 14 days to establish a tribunal to probe Geoffrey Kiplagat's claims that Tunoi received 200 million shillings bribe from Nairobi Governor Dr. Evans Kidero to facilitate a favorable ruling in a petition filed by Ferdinand Waititu contesting his election. The 14-day deadline lapses in 24 hours, the lawyers' umbrella body LSK warning the president of a looming impeachment should he fail to comply.
Article 168 Paragraph 5 of the Constitution does not give the president any discretion, any room for maneuver, any room for delay. It is mandatory. It is expressed in mandatory terms. He must set up the tribunal.
Should the president fail to establish the tribunal by midnight tomorrow, Justice Tunoi could escape on a technicality.
If a tribunal is appointed on the 15th or the 16th day, the first thing which will happen is that the judge or any other citizen will go to court, and the court is likely to declare that kind of a tribunal as illegal and unconstitutional. Therefore, the judge will easily not go through any tribunal.
Tunoi has declined to resign and insists on facing the tribunal amid fears that the probe team could expose more integrity issues in the Supreme Court. Francis Gashuri, Monday Special.